Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Ezugwu and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcast on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
We're just sitting here talking. Let me see.
Getting ready for today with the new topic of the week.
Are we here? Let me see.
Can we hear us?
I think so because I had us on Bluetooth.
I know,
Let's
I know
see.
the mic was working. Oh, wait, we
Is
don't
this-
have the mic. Hello. Hello.
Yep, we're good. Okay, good. We just like to check that. No, when you were hearing us through the microphone,
Yeah.
it was because I was on Bluetooth with my what you
I
call it?
love it. I love it.
Am I on? Oh yeah, it was on.
I've had it on for you.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right, good morning. I am Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns, and this is
I'm Reverend Dr. Michelle Ezugwu, and I always want to say Whittington because I'm so used to saying her spiel. And it's so new for me to be saying my spiel, but yes,
the Reverend
It's
Dr.
easy.
Michelle. Yeah.
Reverend Dr. Michelle. I'll just say that.
And we're here. We are Sofa Sundays with Begin Within Ministries. So we are going to pray in today, and I am going to ding, and you are
You
going to
got it.
pray.
I will pray. Look, it's just so awesome.
I am bossy. Ready? And
All right, take a deep breath, everyone. Let the vibration of the chime just bring you in this present moment. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel yourself settling in your chair. Feel yourself grounding in this precious time that we have together. Letting go of anything that's happened this morning. Putting it aside. And also letting go of anything coming up after this moment. Knowing that it will be there, ready for you when it's time. As we take another breath, we anchor in this time together. Knowing, recognizing the one power, that divine intelligence that is back of all things. That love, that peace, that joy, that connection that moves in as and through everything. Knowing that that is what I am. I am that divine intelligence. I am that love, that joy. I am all that there is, expressing uniquely as myself. And I know this truth is true for everyone hearing my voice and beyond. We are all that perfect, whole and complete expression of the one. And from my place of knowing my truth, I say my word for our time together today, knowing that as we allow ourselves to be present, as we allow ourselves to be open-hearted, open-minded to the topic, to the sharing that comes forth through the stories, we receive what is for us. We receive what ideas, what tools might help us in creating that life we love, that life we experience. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. I'm grateful for the sofa, for this space, knowing that it has a ripple effect out into our communities and out into the world. And so I trust that it is already done perfectly in the mind of God. And I release it. And together we say,
And so it is. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. So we are in week 2 of January, and that means we're well into the new year. I mean, my goodness, 2026 is just speeding along. This is also 1/11, and the year of 2026 is equal 1 in numerology. So we are 1/1, 1/1, 11. It is our day, people. It is ours. You know,
I love it.
at 11/11.
Yeah.
So this magical portal, and you know, here's how I look at these type of things for my life, is that I so enjoy finding things in life that bring me peace, joy, affirmation, you know, the little extra charms of love that, you know, so a feather or finding a heart rock or all those type of little things I'm a big fan of. I really am. I'm a little kitchen witchy. Like, I really love having that extra earth and what do you call those things? The when it's the weather, the earth, wind,
Oh, winter,
fire,
wind, air, fire,
yeah,
and
elements. Thank you.
Elements.
The elements and the
You're not reading
seasons.
your mind
I
today.
know, what's up?
Wow.
And the moon phases, like all of this stuff is really part of the divine, right? We are all divine intelligence
Yes, ma'am.
expressing perfectly.
Oh, you're reading that
I
right off our
am,
card.
right off the card. We are all divine intelligence expressing perfectly. And knowing that divine intelligence expresses perfectly through me as Reverend Jeannie, through Michelle, and through each and every one of you, and through everything you see, right? That beautiful puppy or kitten, through that tree, through that person who cut you off in traffic. Yes, Sofa Sundays is all about the traffic. And so whomever it is. So I do have a reading somewhere here. I picked it out earlier while we were eating chocolate. And so
Chocolate helps.
chocolate really does cure everything sometimes.
Right, Lyric?
Right,
Lyric says
yeah,
yes.
Lyric says yes. So it says common sense. And just a side note here, my mother said if common sense were common, everybody'd have it.
Oh.
Common sense will tell you that divine guidance cannot exist for a few persons. It cannot exist because of any particular religious belief or because of a dogmatic acceptance of any creed. Divine guidance must exist for you and for everyone, or not at all.
No.
Just as electricity exists for everyone. So
I mean, there it is.
that is true. Divine guidance
You
is
have
for all,
I have it.
even
You
those
have it.
people that cut you off and more. Yes. That was a really important.
And you can't use it up.
Right. Oh, look, I'm watching James apparently. I
Hi,
didn't
James.
mean for it to go there. I was watching us, but hi, James. Watching other service. Here we are.
Multitask.
Multitask.
No, but it doesn't, and because you have it, doesn't mean that someone's gonna have it more or less. It's
Right?
all-
It's not pie.
No, it's
You
not
can't eat
pie.
it up.
It is accessible to everyone because you already are it. You just have to allow it. It's stop
Ah.
blocking it and stopping it. We're really good at blocking and stopping. Instead, you need to trust and allow.
So how do we allow?
Well, I know, I want to start with how do we block it?
Oh, okay. You want to start with
I'm
blocking?
gonna start with blocking
Okay.
because we're all so good at that.
We
Right.
ours. Well, that's why I didn't know we had to start there because I already know how to block it. But yes, let's start with. Let's identify your blocking.
So the doubt, having doubt,
Mhm.
right? Having doubt, I think the fear, the worry, all of those things, you're blocking it, you're stopping it from flowing. Also getting wrapped up in stories and
Oh, that's a good one.
Running around in
Wrapped up
circles,
in
right?
story.
you're
Yeah.
outside of what's actually happening. You're outside
Like
of
The
the
present moment.
And if you're outside the present moment, you are not in alignment with your divine intelligence that's already just sitting there like, hello, hello, can you
Mhm.
be with me?
Absolutely. I know for me, a lot of times when you said get wrapped up in the story, sometimes the story comes and grabs me because I'm not in the present moment. Like I'm not grounded. Thank you
Yes.
so much for your prayer because it was about getting grounded. And when not grounded, I can operate from my head instead of my heart and my intuitive knowledge. And when I operate from my head only, I'm not saying that you should not have intelligent thought processes because divine intelligence
Right.
expresses through you. But when I operate from the head bubble, the part of me that's like, did you see blah, 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 and what they did, da, 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 and did you, have you ever had conversations with people who aren't there and tell them off? Yeah. So when you operate from there, then you're blocking your divine intuitive knowing, your divine intuitive knowledge, and how to move forward from heart-centered and intuitive-centered knowing. And that is where I do a lot of blocking. Plus my not good enough. My not good enough gets me.
Right.
We talk about that. I'll
Absolutely.
be like, Michelle, I'm in not good enough. I need something.
And we all have that. I don't know, I've never met another person, no matter how grand I thought they were, that didn't have that somewhere, still operating. I remember, we've all worked on it. A lot of us have worked on that, and I've worked on that many times. And then I was in a class thing with Reverend Dr. Michelle, doing something with her, and it was a whole thing of, this whole process, and the thing that came up for me was, I'm not good enough. And I remember when that came up, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold on a second. No. That's not, no, I worked on that. I've already dealt with that. That's not I'm not letting it come up. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. One, I'm gonna do something else because that's not cool. And I fought it in this whole, it's like a process you have to do. And then it just got louder and louder to the point where it was excruciating to admit it. And then to deal with it in this process that they had, but it was incredible to me to think, that is still there?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I have worked so hard on it, and it was still there, and I didn't know it?
Right.
How do I not know it's still operating under all of that? Unbelievable to me with all the work I had done around it, that I just thought I conquered it. But the best thing about that moment was learning that, no, you conquered it for the level that you were working with.
Absolutely.
And now you're up leveling up here, and you just gotta go through it again.
The layer of the onion we're on at the time.
Exactly.
It was an incredible thing.
The layer of the onion. So want to invite you, beloveds, to remember that when you think you have done so much work on a situation and yet, bingo, here it is again, like in your face, then that is not because somehow you failed or you did not become at a higher consciousness. No, absolutely, you are raising that vibration. And here's another opportunity to raise your consciousness and your vibration some more. I recently, that is a good one. I recently got to say something to someone about a boundary. Oh, beloveds, I am not a confrontational girl. Not directly, at least. I am not a direct confrontational person. I am a passive aggressive confrontational person.
It does not seem like that suits you at all.
It
But I
doesn't.
know what you mean.
And it doesn't. And it does. Not only does it not suit me, it doesn't feel good. It is not clean energy. It doesn't work, right? But it has been a coping mechanism up until this point for most of my life, especially with humor. You know what I mean? Like I can be passive aggressive and funny about it. and try to get my point through.
Right.
But this was a situation that I was able to be clean and direct and non-emotional.
There was no negative tone in it.
No, I was
I mean, I
calm
heard it,
and-
so-
Yeah, you
So
know.
it was like,
So-
well, very well done. And
And
honoring yourself.
that felt so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good to be in that space in my life finally. But it's something I have worked on and worked on. Do you think it's not going to come around again? Oh, hell no. I'll be doing this one again,
I hate that.
right? You know, because it is something that I have, you know, addressed and have had to continue addressing each a little bit better, a little bit more. So, yeah, it will probably be something I experience again. And okay.
And one of the things I've learned about those things coming up, those to me are like the little clues that, oh, I am up leveling, or you wouldn't be here. Sticking your little head out going, but you're not good enough, or but you
Uh-huh.
need to this, or you got that stuff wouldn't be rearing its ugly head if you were not going to the next level. If you were not growing, it wouldn't do it.
Right.
It's trying to keep you where you're at.
Yeah.
Because there's a part of you that's afraid.
Oh,
Or part of you
sure.
that isn't aware, that little child part of you that whatever, you got a little pin stuck at a certain age, wherever, comes up and goes, whoa, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, we're good right here.
Mhm.
This is, I've got this all figured out. I know how to navigate this. I know how to be here. I'm safe here. Like, what are you doing? So it throws all these things at you to try to derail you from the up level. But those of you who are young, that's gonna be harder. But those of us that are older, we've done this now so many times where I see that as, oh, I must be heading in exactly the right direction, or that wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have that fear. I wouldn't have that doubt. I wouldn't have those, those nervousness or the second guessing if I wasn't doing that. That's the only reason why that's coming up. And when that happens, I have to really, I don't necessarily want to say the word fight, but I do kind of have to fight it all and get into my divine intelligence
Right.
to move.
Surrender to it and conquer.
Yes, surrender and conquer.
There you
Just
go.
recognize what it's there for. And if nothing else, it's just really clarifying that you really want to go where you're trying to go. It's like, oh no, thank you so much for pointing out all these things to me, and I still want to go do that. So I'm gonna have to push, move through this process. And instead of saying, oh, I have to do this again, say I get to, like what you're saying, I have this opportunity to get stronger in these areas, recognize whose I really am, and get more. Usually it forces me to even become more spiritually grounded, which I find as a positive. Like, okay, good. It forced me to remember, hey, what are you doing? Are you meditating enough? Are you praying enough? No, I'm not. So I'm kind of,
Yeah, where are you turning to? So
yeah.
that
So
goes
it's all
to
good. All good
now
stuff.
with the blocks, and now we want to, move into allowing part. How do we do that? How do we allow? It's a great thing to say, oh, I'm just going to allow this to happen. And that sounds easy, right? To allow something to happen sounds easy. However,
You and I both know.
oh, yes.
And you know. And you know.
Allowing is like you just said, Anne, about surrender to win, okay, right? I can be open and I'm going to listen to my intuition. And my intuition tells me to do something that is counterintuitive to everything I've ever done in my life. And I think if I do this, I could experience blank, whatever blank is, and that's not good. I could experience job loss, relationship loss, financial loss, reputation loss, whatever it is that we've decided is important. And now, if it doesn't work out as my intuition's telling me to do, then what? Right? I think that is probably the biggest thing why we don't move forward well, at least for me, if I have now checked all the boxes of what's the worst that can happen, right? Well, if I don't like what's the worst that can happen, that stops me, you know, regardless of everybody saying, no, it's a good idea, or my gut saying it's a good idea. The universe is setting everything up for it to be okay, but I can get stuck in my safety of where I am because I don't want to lose what I have.
Right.
So that, I think, is a hard allowing to be able to move to a part where I could be wrong.
We don't like being wrong, Jeannie.
No.
We like proving ourselves right.
Well, and I heard the other day that your intuition will never lead you astray. So now I have to think to myself, well, is it my intuition?
I have
You
to
know?
think, you have to know what is your intuition.
Right. You have to
You
know
have to
what
be able
your
to discern
intuition
which
is.
one is actually your intuition, because if you're not in the present moment, I don't see how it can be your intuition. It's your stories.
Right.
Okay, kind of lost my train of thought. Sometimes it's about divine right timing. You know, it's like, so it's not coming to you the way that you think it should. It's like, okay, well, you know, yes, God always says yes, the universe always says yes, but it might be yes, but not at this moment. For myself, I kind of try to think about, am I asking the right questions?
Good.
If I'm asking the right questions that are giving me the answers that I want. But I think the hardest part for me in allowing is saying, okay, it's not happening now. It's not happening now. Why isn't it happening now? It's because time is not right.
And I love what you said about the questions. Who was it that, I think Albert Einstein said that if you gave me an hour to solve a problem, I would spend the first 59 minutes of that, it's not the exact words, but first 59 minutes of that finding what's the question.
And I just was reading Paul Levy's book, The Quantum Revelation, and that is also, and he quotes Albert Einstein
Yeah, so you
as
probably have it
well.
right.
Yeah, well, not in my head,
95.
but it definitely is about the question, what is it? And, you know, what is it that I am really looking for? And that's an amazing, just divine timing here on that. Because I have had the question come up, you know, what do you truly desire? What do you really want? And those things, I'm like, I'm good. I got it. I'm good. You know, and then it's like, are you asking yourself the right question? Nobody's saying what you have is wrong. Just what is it that you want more of? What do you want to be to have? What do you want to share? Where is it that you want to grow? And so, yeah, that question part has been coming up for me like over the last couple of days. I have no answers yet. I'm still in the question. And questions are great, right? That I do love that. I think questions are a great way to address blocks, you know, especially, you know, when it comes to the things that go for me, like my unworthiness or my feelings of unworthiness, my feelings of not good enough, and, you know, my worry of if this doesn't go right, what happens? You know, where do we go from here?
Right. And when you're talking about the questioning, you know, understanding what the question is, you know, when people say like, you know, what do you want? Well, I want to win $1 million, you know, or I want $1 million, or I want like money or whatever. Well, what would that $1 million do for you?
Right,
though?
exactly.
Well, then I could pay off my house, I could do this, I could do that. But what would that actually give you though? Like what? So the question is actually, if you had all the money you needed and you had everything paid, like what would you then have? Like what would you want? So it's trying to get down to what is it really that we're wanting? And I know when I've done that in a session before, it's just freedom,
That's exactly the word I was
right?
looking for.
Just the freedom to be and express and do the things I want to do. So yeah, knowing what the question is helps so much with knowing what the answers are,
Right.
getting the right answer.
Or at least getting yourself set up for the right
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, because if you think you just want money, right? If you think you take that first I just want $1 million. Okay. You may then do a bunch of things to get that $1 million, which completely go against the fact that you want freedom.
Right.
Because
Right.
you can get it, but
Right.
Right?
It's about
it's
freedom.
different than that.
It's and for me, that freedom comes with, I want to be able to be like a speaker, a minister, a teacher, full-time, taking care of all my expenses. Like
Yeah.
that's what came up. It was like, okay, what do I want to be, do, have? That's it. I want to experience that as my life, not have it broken down into paycheck and passion. I want my passion to be my paycheck. I don't want them to be separate. So, how do I move forward in that intuitively? And, what steps do I take? Where do I need to look? How do I need to make or be or, whatever to create that for myself? Yeah.
Right. And when I think about, for me, my answer, when I drill down, I recognize that I want a mobile life, which would allow me to have that freedom of movement. I like to work. I love creating and I like what I do, but I don't want to be stuck somewhere physically and have to be doing it from here. I want to be able to be wherever I want to be. So then it causes me to make different decisions when I'm choosing what type of work I will do, what kind of business I'm creating. That my mind goes to, I'm creating something that's mobile. I'm creating, these are the moves I make using my divine intelligence because I know what my real answer is.
Right.
So it's just such a different, just having the right question, I think really helps with that.
Yeah, I think that is, and again, that goes back to divine intelligence expressing perfectly through me in a way that brings me to my question, that brings me to my answer, right? Knowing that the divine intelligence expresses perfectly through each and every person, then when it is happening in my life, I know that the divine will bring the right opportunities to me as I am aware and ready for them.
Right.
Besides allowing, I think we have to have an awareness of things. How many times do we just walk through life with, I didn't even notice. I didn't even see it, type of deal. And because you're so focused on one thing, and it being that way.
Right.
Right. I know that I can only receive spaghetti and meatballs this way. And that's not true. Right. But that's what we think. Right. And so we do all our work. And I know I've shared my TV story before, but we do all our work to have it operate in this specific way.
Yes.
And it could come through DoorDash. It could come through a gift card. You could get invited out to dinner to a restaurant, right? Like spaghetti and meatballs can come many different ways.
That's true. And it can maybe not come right now.
Right. It
Because
could be
maybe
next
the
Tuesday.
person that's supposed to make that for you isn't ready to make it just yet.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes, like what Anne was saying is, the universe says yes, but maybe not right now. Like when you say, I want that $1 million because I want to do all these things, whatever, you may not be ready to receive it. You may get it and not have the systems in place to hone it correctly to create what you want because you still haven't gone through the different learning. So you're not ready. You're not going to, it's still a yes.
Your account on DoorDash isn't set up.
Yeah,
Right.
there you go. It's
Right.
not ready yet.
Right. We haven't taken whatever steps it is to make it possible.
Yeah.
And that's why continuing to hone our intuition, to stay aware and tuned in,
Yeah.
right? Because while I get a yes for the big answer, right? The big answer is a yes. I know that. I
Right.
know I know that I know that I know I will be a teacher, minister, speaker, full-time, and that takes care of everything. I know that. And now, where do I go from there, right? So, because I'm still over here. So now intuitively, what does that mean? Okay, the hit I get is I'm gonna send out some emails. The hit I get is, and then we stay with that. Like, okay, and write, for me, I write that stuff down. I go in, I do that visioning. What is the highest and best for me?
Yeah.
Here's my highest and best. What is it that I have to release? What is it that I have to embrace? Right? What do I do right now? These are the things and it's not a one-time shot, right? I do that on Monday, great. Well, what if Tuesday has some other knowledge that I have to do, right? So being aware and attentive to that so that I know what phone call to make, when to reach my hand out, even though, oh gosh, if I have to talk to one more person today, my head's going to explode. And you get the intuitive hit that goes say hi to that person over there, right? Like you have to continue to be aware and in your presence. And I'm not saying that it won't come around again, because what is meant for you will not pass you by. It depends on how long you want to wait.
It's so true. And being able to be in that space, there's divine intelligence. You just can't put, what's the term I'm looking for? You can't put constraints around it. You can't put it.
Limitations.
Yes, thank you. You can't
Right.
put limitations on it. There are infinite possibilities. But I will tell you that I can guarantee you that if you get present and you make aware what it is that you're going for, the way to it will come to you.
Yes.
Half the time though, we go, oh, no, not that, I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah, I don't want it that way.
Oh, really? Well, okay, only if I don't have to get online, or only if I
Yeah.
don't have to reach out to so-and-so,
Right.
or only if I don't have to ever talk to that person again, or only if I don't have to, you have all these things, no. If you get the intuitive hit, when you're in the present moment, now you have to check yourself that you're not having any of these negative emotions. You're not angry, feeling sad, feeling bad. You're not feeling worried, stressed, not having fear.
Or you're not
Or-
an egomaniac.
There you go.
Egomaniac mode can do it
Um,
wrong too.
Yeah, you're just you're in the present moment, saying to you, what's actually happening right now? Well, here's what's actually happening. And what would I like to have happen? I would like this. Well, then what's my next move? This is my next move. And when you make that next move, when you get that intuitive hit of what that next move is, you just got to run and do it really fast, because your brain will be like, oh my God, no, we're not doing that. Last time we did that,
All
this
kinds of
happened.
reasons.
Right. There's a story about a photographer that I've just heard recently, where the photographer wanted to travel and take scenic pictures all over the world, but had no money to do that. So she went to this airline and she said, look, I want to do this, and you could have all the pictures I take, I'll give you your own copy, and then you could use it for advertising for your customers of different places that you go. That would be, I just need you to fly me there. I just need you to take me there so that I can do it. Well, the airline one-upped on that and said, well, we love this idea. How about we say yes to that? And they wound up putting her up in a hotel and fed her and paid her. They hired her to do this very job for them, because that's exactly what they needed. Somebody that would want to travel all over the world to every place that they went and take scenic, beautiful pictures. So to somebody like me, that sounds ridiculous. This is what I want to do. Well, you know what I should do? I should go right up to an airline, walk in the door and say, hey, how many of you have gotten a hit like that? And you're like, that's ridiculous. Who's going to give me? Well, you don't know until you try. And maybe you have to go to every single airline to find one that lines up. But if that was your intuitive hit, it's there.
Follow
It is
it.
for sure there. But you have to run like the dickens to it, because
Right.
your brain, your ego will freak the F out and start being like dumping all that. Well,
Yeah.
So you can't sit on it. You got to move immediately. That's a divine intelligence at work. It's got it all right there for
Exactly.
you. It knows the next move. It knows the fastest route to the thing that you say you want to be experiencing.
Right, because it's seeing it from
Yeah.
up here, right? Like
And it
this
moves.
level.
It moves people
And
and,
it knows,
things. and-
right. So once I am in that divine
Right in that space,
alignment, right? So now the universe is like, boop, 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 is all ready for you, Jeannie. Get in alignment.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you're aligned, I've got some steps.
Yeah.
You know, so knowing that that's out there, right? That's where we have to work on the blocks, right?
Yeah.
That fear, that doubt, that worry, that, you know, wrapped up in story,
Procrastination.
procrastination.
So silly.
You know, the things that when we tell ourselves, you know, that, you know, this just is coming to me. One of the things about my not good enough is when I tell myself that. Not I'm feeling like you think I'm not good enough, but when I
Yeah.
feel I'm not good enough. And you're talking about that story. That's ridiculous. I'm not good enough of a photographer for anybody to want that from me. So
Or
I
it's a
don't.
silly idea.
Right?
Like,
Well,
this
no,
is
I'm talking
ridiculous.
about the not good enough feeling,
Yeah.
right? That not good enough feeling. So I get the hit to do something, and now I've just talked myself out of it because that's ridiculous. Nobody would do that for me.
Yeah.
That might work for you, but it's not going to work for me. So, you know, being aware of those things that we say to ourselves, and these are not like real conversations. That took a long time for me to say out loud. In my brain, it happens like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't, it's so quick in the neurotransmitters in your brain that you are not even aware that it's happened. And you're like, huh, and you move past it. And so that's the thing, right? That's that spark, that moment where we need to be aware that we're having it, because it'll go by so quick if we're not in alignment, right? It'll just go by so quick. And then we'll say to ourselves, you know, 20 years ago, I invented coffee bags. Actually, it was more like 40 years ago I invented the coffee bags. So I think I was in my teens.
Oh,
And I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea if they just did that? Because I was living in a place that, you know, coffee pot was not a thing. And it was a percolator, and I didn't have time for all that. And couldn't I just have hot water go over a bag and have
Yes.
coffee like I do tea?
Right. I love it.
And apparently it didn't really take off, but they do have coffee bags. But for me, I was like, this is a brilliant idea.
Yours would have taken off.
Yeah, this is a brilliant
Yours
idea.
would have been-
But, you know, there you go. So, like, it's out there. All those things are there. Just get in alignment and grab it on down.
And the reason why they're out there is because someone else is wanting it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that photographer, I mean, I don't know the story of the other side, but what if the other side, they just had a marketing meeting and they were like, you know what we need pictures at our different ports so that we can advertise about where we're headed. Like, what if we could entice customers to see what they're missing or whatever? What if you don't even know? Like, you're the answer to somebody's
Mm-hmm.
need or want.
Mhm.
And then we sit over here going, oh, I don't know if I should do that. Like, well, let me see if God has a different idea or different plan. Let me ask again. You know,
Right.
because we're second guessing it, or the longer you wait, the better the reasons why not to do it.
Oh, sure.
And they're
Oh, sure.
so good. There's so
Yeah.
many, and they get stronger and louder, and you're like, yeah, I forgot
I
about
want to
that
stay
one.
with something familiar because it's safe.
I'm right.
Exactly. Like the word
Yeah.
comfort zone
Oh,
came because
Yeah.
we stay there.
Right.
It's not like it was, oh, here, I got a throw around word for you. You know, it's like we all get that. We all understand where our comfort zones are. And when we're encouraged to break out of them, like in any self-help group you go to or mastermind or anything that's like, hey, do this, right? It's all about breaking out of that comfort zone. And most people are like, no way. I can't break out of my comfort. I'm comfortable,
I
people.
know, it feels good in here.
It does. It's cozy.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that you don't deserve to be comfortable. Some of these might stretch you. That doesn't mean you have to be uncomfortable in the
Right.
decision. And I think that is where I fight the most, is because if I'm going to do something new, it's going to feel different, which will feel uncomfortable for a period of time for me. And that can be scary. So, am I willing to be scared to get what I want? And some days that's a yes, and some days that's a hell no. I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah.
So, like, we just have to be available for ourselves to experience exactly what it is we want. Because if you knew that you were going to get it all, would you be willing to take that uncomfortable moment?
If you believed it were possible,
If you believed it were
If it
possible,
were possible that you could go to an airline and say, I just want to travel around, take pictures, would you fly me there? And then you could have my picture. If it were possible that they might say yes, would you go
would
for
you
it?
go and ask?
Right.
and that's the thing. Whatever you're wanting, whatever you're dreaming or thinking or whatever hits you've already gotten and you're sitting on them, if they were possible, would you go? If you knew for sure you would get a yes, would you go? I encourage you to just wait for us to be done. But once we're done,
Once we're done,
go do
then
it.
go do it. Yeah.
Right? Like we need to move quickly around here because it's
Yeah.
already the second week of January.
I know we are so in 2026. Before you know it, it'll be 2027, and we'll be like, "What happened?"
Right? We gotta go. Yeah.
Just kidding.
We have a lot to do. We have lots to do, things we want to experience, see, be, have, so many things, and rightly so.
Right?
We're supposed to be giving God a good time.
That's right.
We're talking about,
That is right. We are here to give God a good time.
and whatever that is, that's on
Exactly.
you to decide what that is. It's on me to decide what it is for me. And yeah, I definitely want to be more getting more stuff done. More of the things that I know I've been intuitively given and just moving through those.
Oh yes,
Instead of sitting on them going, oh,
yeah,
let me
I
make
would
it
agree.
perfect. Let me just get it just right and standing just like, no,
Yeah,
just messy
I would
and
agree.
whatever. Just
I need to. My work is in that alignment and allowing and awareness. Those 3 A's. That is my work. I know for at least this week. We'll check in next week on what my work is, but for this week, that is definitely the hit I'm getting as we're sitting here.
Yeah, I agree. Me too. Any comments from the gallery?
No.
No, everybody's
All right,
going
how's the
good.
chocolate going? Good.
There's probably not gonna be any left.
That's okay.
Oh,
There's 4.
she left 4.
That's it. She's probably one she doesn't like. She
She's like,
checked them out,
Right.
which is awesome. All right.
Yeah, I feel
So,
good about this.
I feel good
like
about this too.
Perfect
This is
for
very,
this time of year.
I feel, I can feel it.
Good.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
let me
So
choose the check
let's
for
go
you.
into it.
All right, let's do it.
So let's take all that goodness, all that yumminess, and just bring it in and breathe into our heart space. And the knowing and the affirming that the universe has already said yes, that we are intuitively and divinely guided, guarded, and protected, so that our work is alignment, awareness, and allowing. And with this knowing that divine intelligence is operating in, as, and through each and every person within the sound of my voice and beyond, I say thank you. Thank you for this time together. Thank you for the experience, for the knowing, for the intuitive hits that we've experienced right here, right now, and those that we will. For that, I am so grateful. I know this is already done in the divine mind, and that we are open to receive. I send blessings to each and every person, everywhere, sending love to all those that are feeling less than, not good enough, that are feeling that the divine intelligence is not with them. I send them blessings to be open to receive. And to each and every person who is not aligned, that they may step into this divine alignment, that the divine guidance protect, guard, and show that we are one, and that this time period in our lives, that there is nothing but the divine. And for that I am so grateful. I let it go in with the law, knowing that it's already done, and I call it good. And together we say,
And
so it
is.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
all right.
Thank you. Oh, well, what was I- oh, before we go any further, I do want to thank Miss Lyric Davis for being our amazing sound crew, stage crew extraordinaire,
Yes,
Marisa
thank you.
crew, all things. She's the whole crew,
She's the crew.
and we appreciate you, Lyric.
You've heard of J Crew, she's L Crew.
She's all crew.
There we go.
She's the best. Thank you, honey. You're doing a great job this morning. Thank you so much. And so, if you have been spiritually nourished today, if you like what we're saying, if you appreciate, if it's going to help you create more of a life you love, we would love for you to become a part of our spiritual community. And you can do so in several ways. The main one would be to become a spiritual church club partner. And that is a monthly contribution financially to help support this community. And that would be a $45 contribution every month for an individual, or $75 for a couple or a family. And that just helps us do things like provide our cards, pay for our live streaming, pay for, oh, yes.
To
Our
get your
mug,
mug.
you get your own mug. You get, mugshot. Things like that. When we have our courses and our workshops, all of our partners have that for free. So, and even our yearly books, our partners get that for free too. So we are building a community here, and we would love for you to be a part of it. And that's the biggest way that you can support it. But we know that that's not the way everybody can support it. So there's lots of other ways too.
There is. So if you're watching us on Instagram or YouTube, please like and subscribe. Become part of our family here in seeing that we're looking to get 500 subscribers on our YouTube channel.
Send them over.
And you say, is that possible? Well, we have over 900 on our Facebook group.
Yeah.
So I know if I get some of you to move your likes and subscribe to YouTube, we can do it.
Yes.
And again, our Facebook group is Sofa Sundays. You can find us. We are a public group. Please join us there as well. Woohoo! Yeah, that's how you can
And
do
then
it
when
there.
you see our feeds, if you could like it, we already asked you to subscribe to it or join our groups. But if you had to put a GIF in there, put a comment in there, heart it, thumbs up, whatever you feel.
Share it. Please
Share
share
it.
it. Yeah.
That helps us with that divine algorithm.
There you go.
Yeah,
I don't know how divine it is, but
Divine, I know. But getting our message out to more people, then it will help us do that too. So you're helping us with the algorithm help
Right.
us, which is a really big deal on all the social media stuff. So we would really appreciate that as well.
And that's free.
That's free and easy. You just hit the button and show up here in person. If you live here locally in Phoenix, or if you're visiting, we would love for you to be here. Even we've had people come all the way from Australia, so no excuses.
No excuses. We're not that far.
Excuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not that far. So we'd love to see you in person because we miss that community, that in-person community, but we can't build it just the two of us.
That's right.
So,
And
yeah.
then I'm going to give a little plug. I have Holy Shift 2026 coming up next Saturday. If you are interested, I will post a link on this one here. Now, Holy Shift is going to be a quarterly meeting class to kind of go over and set you up for integration of the time periods through each quarter of this. Because a lot of times we talk about do. And this is not a do. This is a rest and relax, a reset. This is an allowance. This is a how do I integrate everything I have learned throughout my life and feel good in this? So Holy Shift is about taking the do and turning it into you.
Oh,
So we are looking to shift. So join me next Saturday at 10:30 a.m. That one is the free day, and then the quarterlies will be a love contribution. So I will put it in the comments to find out more.
Awesome. Thanks for doing that, Jeannie. Yes, so I can't think of anything else that we normally say. We said everything. We have.
We've said it all.
We have our fact checker over here. She's like,
There you go.
you're good.
There you go.
Well, we are so excited that you guys were here today. Thanks for joining us. And it's the new year, so I hope it's we're making it a happy one, right? So
Yes.
you're doing the things you need to do to make it a happy one.
And we will see you next week.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time, or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.